south of ancient Rome, in the shadows of one of the most active volcanoes, frozen in time, lays the beautiful city of Pompeii. Pompeii is called the frozen city because it was covered with ashes for 9 meters high. So all the buildings which are around me you could not see. It was until one day when the farmer was passing around in a really dry season of Italy, not at this time yet Italy, trying to find underground routes of springs, and this is how he found everything with history frozen in time. It was in 1599 when the Pompeii was found, but the excavation of Pompeii started in the early 1700s. Vesuvius erupted in 79 CE. Many of the people who were living here died. Some survived this massive destruction which surround the grounds of the mountain of Vesuvius. This is what they believed, that it was a mountain, but indeed it was a volcano. No one is actually sure about the date of the eruption. Why? They start to analyze if the clothing of people actually match the temperature and the season, the climate of this particular place at this moment. This is why it is not confirmed. However, you can hear from many guides, historians, that 24th of August it is a date. One of the extra reasons why Pompeii went underground is that actually wind wasn't in the cause of Pompeii. If not this wind, which was blowing the wrong direction, you could have an amazing location and really luxurious right now, I could believe so. So there's a one specific building. Whenever you are entering to Pompeii, you can see the public baths. You could go there, and in one of the rooms, I think is the steam room, you can actually see the 3 windows. One of them was pointing to the sea, one of them was pointing to Napoli, and the third one was pointing to Sorrento. And this beautiful inspiration, the way how they were constructing things. There are pipes which are providing water, double floor which was creating a medium lukewarm water which was pleasant to be taking a bath in. Technologically, Pompeii are really advanced, and they had the solutions to provide everything for everyone. The streets, the walls, everything was painted. The down part was red, the higher part was white, and this is how all the city looked. And in some places you can even find graffitis. One of the oldest graffitis are here in Pompeii. The messages about politician, because the Vesuvius exploded at the politician selection. So can you imagine that this wall has more than history but politics, economy? We can really have an image on that. Whenever archaeologists go to the new zone which is not discovered, they usually put a special material to cast whatever was inside. This is the reason why today we can see the bodies. They are actually casts made by scientists. They could cast the door, they could cast the body, they could study it. Today, thanks to it, we preserved the perfect body shapes, the perfect teeth. In May 2022, for the first time, the DNA from the Pompeian person was extracted and sent to analysis. That is spectacular element which we can observe with new science and new possibilities. In this district here you can find restaurants and a little hospital with the first aid, so you can receive help. Here on the streets many shops were open at the time of the Pompeii existence, but we do not know what they were selling. You can recognize the purpose of the building by the difference of the entrance. Shops, for example, had wooden sliding doors
whereas houses had gates opening inwards. Archaeological excavations in Pompeii have revealed numerous bakeries and bread ovens, highlighting the importance of bread in their daily life. They ground the grains from flour using stone mills, fixed the flour with water to form dough, later leave it for fermentation and baking in the ovens for sale. The numerous carbonized bread found in Pompeii suggest that bread was often baked in different shapes and sizes. Most likely it was because of the class which was living in diverse population of Pompeii.
What science is doing right now and what archaeologists are trying to stop is a possible slide of the ground which could destroy the walls of Pompeii. This is why they are now scanning everything in 3D maps and creating one big image of Pompeii. It's quite impressive how working their machines and how well you will be able to see. This is for the future, to in case study something what is so incredible but also so mysterious for all of us and for people who are just in love with history, science and sociology. New discoveries of the city showed that some of the streets were one way, some of the streets were two ways. You can see it by the way how the patterns on the stones are done. Imagine some carriages needed to pass here so many times that they actually done a perfect lines.
Pompeii had developed spectacular road network. They still show marks from chariot wheels which you can see on the side. They had safe crosswalks for people to cross busy streets and raised sidewalks or stepping stones to keep pedestrians from getting muddy during rainy times. Their clever drainage system with curbs and channels kept streets from flooding and eroding, showing that they were quite good at city planning and engineering.
This dog mosaic is reproduced many times in the different parts of the world. However, here in Pompeii is an original. And this is Argo, the dog of Pompeii. No, he has his own trip. Pompeii, it was a place where 25 to 30,000 people was living. With the new discoveries, they are getting more confirmation about the numbers. Since 79 Common Era till 1944, Vesuvius experienced 27 eruptions. It is still an active volcano, and no one knows, even by monitoring the grounds, when will erupt again. Today, around 1 million people is living in a red zone of volcano Vesuvius. That means whichever situation will happen, there will send a notice of evacuation. All of these people will need to go away. If you can see behind me, it's an amazing amphitheater which was founded by two families living here in Pompeii. Their names are actually written in the stone in the middle of the amphitheater. There is a white stone. There you can find their names, date. Thanks to them, we can today see the amphitheater not in the full form and shape, just because the coverage of the marble, the white ones which are visible behind me, they were taken away. Many of people who discover Pompeii, they believed that maybe they would take something for their museum in the other world-known museums. Without calling the names, they will be really proud to have a piece of Pompeii. It was really popular that at this time when the Pompeii was discovered, they could take many pieces away, which today is illegal. Thanks to it, you can actually see a massive difference between the houses which were discovered now and which was discovered before 1930. Today is 27th of November, and 11 days ago one place was open after 25 years of renovation. In this house you can find one of the best quality mosaics preserved till this time. Its quality and size is just spectacular. There were stairs, you could go up. It's 20,000 square meters. In some houses there are initiatives that they are trying to plant the same plants which they found in seeds. Then you can see the gardens growing inside. Also, around some places where you can see more rich houses, there are decoration with mosaic on the sidewalk. This was showing how you had more money, but you wanted to be connected with the forum and being with the people, even though that you were highly in rank. Not so far away from this place, there is the Gladiator barracks. Before that, there was an earthquake here in Pompeii which destroyed amphitheater, and the barracks at this time were having a different purpose. But after destruction at time of renovation, they decided to use this ground for fights. They discovered 18 bodies of people who were buried with the helmets, with swords, but also, it is really surprising, one body of a woman which was definitely from a higher class. Her body was found with a lot of gold. For this reason, no one actually knows what she was doing in the barracks of gladiators. She was not fighting. But the one idea is that at this time, many gladiators were actually lovers of the higher ranked ladies.
And because I loved you.
Romans here in Pompeii, they like to eat. There are many places, many bars which you can see from this side of the street that they are just standing. So whenever you could come and you wanted to eat something, the ovens were outside. You could put your shoulder on the side and just wait for your perfect meal. They also like to drink. However, it wasn't like amazing wine which we have right now. This wine wasn't so tasty, and because of this they were using many spices. It's really nice to compare it with the malted wine, which is hot, and put some spices so it tastes way better. But this is what exactly ancient Romans were doing, and the wine for them was delicious afterwards. Behind this perfect stores, with some of them were having a place behind the cook, so you could go inside, enjoy your drink with the friends, as you are doing this in the current pubs right now. Maybe because they were having a really nice diet, or to other reason, but Pompeian also had a really nice smile. That was the last of interesting facts about Pompeii, but if you know something what I didn't mention and you would like to share with everyone else, please leave the comment below my video, and I'm really happy to create this community with you. I'm inviting you to follow my journeys wherever I'm going, and yes, hope to see you soon.